Attention passionate New York Giants fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on New York Giants' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true New York Giants fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and New York Giants fans. Let's get to the news now. Let's sit down and talk about one of the most critical areas that could make or break the Giants' upcoming season, the offensive line. If there's one thing that's been a persistent issue for the team over the past few seasons, it's been that offensive line. We all know how important it is to have a solid, reliable front to protect your quarterback, open up running lanes, and give your offense some consistency. And for the Giants, that's still an ongoing concern, even after a busy offseason with some moves and some misses. You see, General Manager Joe Schoen has been quite active, trying to fill the roster holes through free agency and the draft. But even with all that effort, the offensive line remains a bit of a puzzle. It's not quite where it needs to be, not yet. Schoen has been aiming to build a formidable front five, but he's yet to find the perfect mix. This offseason, his attempt to bring in a veteran guard, someone with proven experience, didn't quite go as planned. He was after guys like Will Fries and Aaron Banks, hoping they could step into more prominent roles, but neither of them really fits the bill as a cornerstone. Instead, the Giants found themselves re-signing Greg Van Roten, a 35-year-old veteran who's done a decent job, but let's be honest, he's not the long-term solution. However, amid these challenges, there's some optimism. The team did land Purdue's Marcus Embo in the draft, a player with potential who could grow into a starter. But right now, the offensive line still needs more reinforcements, especially at key spots like right guard. That's where the buzz is really heating up. The folks at Pro Football Network recently floated an interesting idea. Why not sign Brandon Sherf? Now, Scherff is a name that rings bells around NFL circles. He's a 5-time Pro Bowler, a veteran presence with a ton of experience, and someone who could immediately upgrade the Giants' interior line. But here's the catch. Scherff is 33 years old. He's no spring chicken, and he last made the Pro Bowl in 2021. Still, the tape shows he's still got plenty left in the tank. This past season, he didn't allow a single sack in 592 pass-blocking snaps. That's pretty impressive, especially for a guard, and among guards, only Trey Smith of the Kansas City Chiefs had more pass-blocking snaps without surrendering a sack, 665 to Scherff's 592. Those are the kind of numbers that can really make a difference for an offensive line that's been inconsistent. And let's not forget, the Giants desperately need that reliability. Greg Van Roten is the current projected starter at right guard, but he's more of a stopgap. Bringing in Scherff could elevate the entire line, improve pass protection, and give Daniel Jones more time to operate. It's easy to see why the idea is gaining traction. Of course, signing a veteran like Scherff isn't as simple as just making a call. The Giants' salary cap situation is quite tight right now. According to Spotrac, they have about $6.3 million in cap space in their top 51, which is the official cap number used for roster calculations. And the team still needs to sign 3 top draft picks, Jackson Dart, Darius Alexander, and Cam Scatibo, who will likely eat up most of that remaining cap space. So there are financial considerations to keep in mind. But even with those restrictions, late free agency can sometimes bring surprises. Players like Scherff, who didn't find a deal earlier in the offseason, might be open to a shorter-term contract or a deal that's team-friendly. His experience, leadership, and proven ability to protect the quarterback could make him an attractive option for the Giants, especially if they're serious about solidifying that line for a playoff push. Now, looking at the bigger picture, this potential signing fits into a broader strategy for the Giants. Last season, they showed flashes of promise, especially on defense and in the skill positions. Saquon Barkley had a resurgence, and Daniel Jones showed marked improvement, but the offensive line's instability limited their offensive potential. Improving the trenches is often the key to sustained success in the NFL, and Scherff could be that missing piece, providing stability and leadership up front. Furthermore, Brandon Sherf's leadership isn't just measured in sacks prevented. He's considered a team-first guy, a locker room presence that can mentor younger players, and set a tone for professionalism and work ethic. That kind of influence can resonate beyond just the field, helping to build a culture that's focused on winning and resilience. And speaking of culture, the Giants are in an interesting phase. They're trying to transition from a rebuilding team to one that can contend for the playoffs and beyond. The NFC East, historically one of the most competitive divisions in the league, is getting stronger. The Philadelphia Eagles, Dallas Cowboys, and Washington Commanders are all investing heavily in their rosters. The Giants need to respond in kind, and upgrading that offensive line is a step in that direction. It's worth noting that the NFC East has seen some dramatic changes lately. The Eagles, for example, are coming off a Super Bowl appearance and have one of the most talented rosters in the league. The Cowboys have a strong defense and an offense led by Dak Prescott and a solid offensive line. The Commanders, with their young quarterback and aggressive defense, are also a team to watch. So the Giants cannot afford to stay behind. They have to be proactive, especially on the offensive line where consistency and experience can be game changers. Now, if we look back over recent seasons, the Giants' offensive line has often been a weak link, especially during key moments. Whether it's been in protecting Daniel Jones or opening up lanes for Barkley, the inconsistency has been evident. The team's best seasons, like the Super Bowl run in 2011 or the playoff appearances in recent years, have always had strong line play. That core principle remains true today. If the Giants can bring in a veteran like Scherff, who's proven his ability to perform at a high level, it could be the catalyst for a more dominant offensive front. And let's not forget, the team's draft strategy this year also points toward building a balanced roster. Drafting Marcus Embo shows they're investing in youth, but they're also aware that experience and proven talent in free agency can complement that youth. The NFL is a league where every detail counts, and having a solid, reliable offensive line is often the difference maker in close games. In addition, the impact of a player like Scherff extends beyond just his on-field performance. His presence can inspire confidence among teammates and coaching staff, knowing that they have a veteran anchor in the trenches. That kind of leadership is invaluable, especially in high-pressure moments during the postseason. It's that veteran savvy that can help turn a good team into a great one, making sure they're prepared for the toughest challenges ahead. Looking ahead, fans are eager to see how the Giants' roster will shape up in the final days of free agency and heading into the draft. Will they prioritize offensive line help? Will they make a bold move to sign someone like Scherff? Or will they stick to their draft plans and develop their young talent? One thing's for sure, the offseason is far from over, and the team's front office will be making strategic decisions that could define their future. For now, the optimism is there, but the reality is they need to act fast. The clock is ticking, and the NFC East isn't waiting for anyone. Every move, every signing, every draft pick counts when it comes to building a Super Bowl caliber team. And if the Giants manage to land a veteran like Brandon Sherf, it could be the boost they need to push them into serious contention, finally putting an end to the cycle of rebuilding and stepping into a new era of competitiveness. So, stay tuned, Giants fans. We're watching every move, analyzing every rumor, and bringing you the latest updates as they happen. The offseason is a roller coaster, and the moment to make bold moves is now. The future of the New York Giants could very well hinge on decisions like these, and I promise you, we'll be here to keep you informed and engaged every step of the way. Remember, this is a team that's chasing greatness, and with the right additions, they could surprise us all once again. And now, New York Giants fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and the New York Giants. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest New York Giants news.